Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to install the RENLINE phone mount for the 997 platform. I originally intended this to be part of the previous video that I'd posted with the front bracket license plate mount, but that video with this video combined was just going to be too long, so I decided to break it up into two. So this footage is going to seem kind of weird because it is kind of a continuation of what I was filming for the front plate mount, but it is what it is. I just filmed an intro here to kind of explain that, and hopefully it all makes sense, and hopefully you can still enjoy it. So thanks for watching, and enjoy the video. Alright guys, it's the next day. As you can probably tell from the wardrobe change, kind of ran out of time in the evening on that Sunday night. I was finishing the front plate mount, but now that that's done, let's move on to the other thing that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, which is the RENLINE Magsafe phone mount with charging. They make two options, one with charging, one without. It is a bit expensive for the additional charging, in my opinion. I believe it's $60 without and $120 with, but it is convenient and nice, and you might as well add it since you're spending the money anyway. So it's about 120 bucks for this mount, but it just integrates right into the front, as you'll see, and I'll show you what the package comes with right now. So when you order the RENLINE phone mount, you get a couple of things. You get the actual bracket itself, comes in this little bag, and then you get the charger and the mount components in this little box. The little box contains the actual charging plate. This is the Magsafe charging, wireless charging mount with the ball receptacle in the back. The actual mounting ball itself with a little Allen wrench, the charging cable, and then the retaining nut for the ball. Alright guys, forgot to record as I was unscrewing that and got the correct tool for the job. These are actually Torx bits, so that first one, the larger one for the carpet, is a T30, and then for the smaller screws for the trim panel here is actually a T20. So got the first screw undone right here. I'm going to finish getting this second screw off up top, and then we should be able to pop this panel right off. I got this towel down here because I'm sweating like a damn racehorse in here. Oh man, I don't want to get the leather all greasy. So we should be able to just pop this sucker right off of here. Alright, so if my calculations are correct, we should be able to just pop this out by pulling this out a little bit and then just pulling it forward. Ah, just like that. Maybe. Okay, let's not break it. Let's not break it. Come on, man. Let's not break it. Oh, positive vibes, positive vibes. We almost got it here. We're so close. Oh, let's not break it though, huh? Should we try not to break it? Oh, come on, man. Let's get out of here. There we go. Woofda. Ow, son of a... Alright, so you gotta be careful when you do this. As you can see, we got a little bit of cut action. Look at my finger. You see that? Ow. Okay, so be careful doing that. That thing really sucks. Now my advice would be to take the skin that comes off of your finger and put it in the dash just as a little memento, because now you're a part of the car. I'm just kidding, don't do that. That's disgusting. Alright, so our next step in this incredible journey together is going to be we want to install the ball on the bracket itself prior to installing the bracket onto the leather trim piece. You won't really have access to the back of this, well, you might have a little bit, but not very much. So they recommend that you install the ball first. I'm going to do this without getting blood everywhere, like I mentioned. Still battling this open flesh wound. Doesn't want to stop bleeding, so we're just going to continue as she sits. So the actual little hex cap screw is already installed on the ball. When you get it, you got to take that out. It comes with a little crush washer on the back of it, so don't lose that. And you're just going to install the ball on the opposite side of the bracket. So I actually grabbed a little baby wrench here. There's some flat sides on this ball here. So I'm just going to do that to hang on to it. I'm just struggling over here. The simplest installs. Really just kick my booty sometimes. Now I'm going to try not to snap it, but I do want it to be tight because I don't want to deal with this coming loose later. That seems pretty good. Good enough for me. If it comes loose, I will fix it. Alright, so now we're going to want to actually attach the bracket to our trim piece here. Getting a little bit dirty, but as you can see, there's some 3M double stick tape on the back. That's all that's going to hold it on there. And the biggest thing is the alignment. You're going to want to get that right. So there's a notch on each side of this bracket, and there is this clip right here towards the top side. This notch, it's symmetrical, so either notch is designed to go around that clip and then kind of lock itself in there. Hopefully you can see that. So there's that clip, and it's designed to kind of align itself on that little clip right there. So the trickiest part is going to be taking this adhesive off and kind of bringing it down like that, and then you want to just stick it straight on. So we are going to fight that battle right now together. So I'm going to start by undoing this adhesive, and then I'm going to practice my little maneuver here. I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to go lefty with it, get crazy. I'm going to go like that. Using this thumb to keep it off the plastic, and then I'm going to just smack it down like that. So I'm going to do it one more time. Kind of get this part over the edge, shimmy it around town, boom, and just press it down. So we're going to do that. That's the move. There we go. The bloody finger does the trick. Alright. There's no going back now. So we're going to do the old little hook and slide here. Hook it around the corner, bring it down like that, align it right there, and boom. Now I'm just gonna hold this down for, I don't know, as long as I feel like it. Probably a good 20-30 seconds here. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think that's supposed to be like that. Kind of fun. We can see when this was manufactured in, whoops, that's upside down. 2010, right there. The 6th of May, 2010. It's kind of fun. All right, so before we reinstall the panel, we're gonna want to just put the actual mount on itself. So there's the mount and then the retaining nut, which I showed you at the beginning. So I'm gonna slide this retaining nut over the ball first, and then this should just pop right on there, onto the ball itself. Just like that, and then tighten the nut, and then just leaving it loose enough. I'll crank it down once I have the piece in the car and I know exactly where I want my phone to face and the angle I want it to be at. Okay, so my plan is to just kind of loosely have this cord sitting behind the panel and pop this on and see how I can make it work here. I'm just going to line it up the way it should be. I'm going to just center the cord between those two screws. Make sure that it's still popping out. And I'm actually going to plug it into my charger here, just so that I know the length that I need to be at. Just like that. And let's see where this takes us. That didn't work exactly how I wanted to with the cord, but I am going to reinstall the two screws. So using my T20, I'm going to put the screws back in for our leather panel here. I'm just gently tightening those. Don't want to crank them down too hard, but as you can see, we have our panel back in and our mount right on there. So the real question is, how are we going to make this mount and not look like doo-doo caca? Because that's going to go like that. So I'm thinking what we can do is we can wrap this up above the glove box a little bit, like that, and that'll kind of hide it up in here, maybe. And then, I don't really know, guys. Tuck it in there, bring it around town, something like that. Alright, and there is your finished product from the driver's seat. Looks clean, looks almost OEM other than just the little RENLINE little logo on it. But it is Magsafe, so just sticks right on. It's actually, you know, really strong. So I don't think that's going anywhere. I do like that. And it is very convenient location. Don't use your phone and drive, but if for music or whatever, if you're using Bluetooth or whatever, it's very convenient. And for aux, it's still pretty close to the actual connection here as well. So I like it. But again, the wireless charging portion of it is a little bit clumsy, just with the way that the cable comes straight out the bottom versus out the back. And then, you know, there's no real recommended way to route that wire. So that's my only complaints for the price. It is not cheap. Like I mentioned, it's 125 bucks for the combo. Otherwise, if you don't want to deal with the charging portion of it, it's just 60 bucks. So take it or leave it, but that's what it is. So for now, I'm just going to leave it unplugged and with no cable because I don't really need to charge my phone all the time. I usually do shorter trips, but for longer trips, when I feel like I'm going to need it, I'm just going to plug it in and then leave it plugged in for, say, that day or whatever, and then unplug it again because I just prefer the cleaner look and I don't always need to charge my phone. So that's what I'm going to do now. If I find a better solution for the wiring portion of it, I will make an update to this. That's my goal, hopefully, is to find a better solution because, like I said, I don't love this, but it is what it is. So that's the end product. Now, I know the modifications in this video aren't exactly exciting, but they are necessities in my eyes just for the 997 platform and all older Porsches, in my opinion, for things that don't have CarPlay. Like this doesn't. Having the phone mount is very convenient, as well as the front plate is a necessity in majority of the states in the United States and around the world. So very relevant in my opinion, but they're not that exciting. So I totally get it. Kind of mundane, but I thought I'd make a video about it anyway, just because it is something that I'm doing and I'm just going to document it. So if you found it useful in the how-to portions of it, I did my best. I'm not very good at those types of things. I always get caught up in what I'm doing and forget to film. So I apologize for that, but that's what I have today. Hopefully the next modification I have is a bit more exciting. I'm hoping that we have an exhaust video coming in the next couple of weeks, as well as a few other things. But that's all I have for today. So thanks again for watching. I do appreciate it. I'm going to keep rolling these out, hopefully once a week, at the very least once every other week. But yeah, so thanks again for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.